Alright, so here today we got some pretty fun stuff to go over. We have an update to one of the tier lists here, and that tier list is in fact going to be the one, the only, the weapons tier list. We did a tier list covering, I mixed the word, going over the entire aspect of the must-have character tier list. Today, it's time for the weapon tier list. So, buckle in, be prepared, a lot to go over here today. If you are new to the channel, like and subscribe, it does help out a ton. Let's hop over there and let's check out the must-have weapon tier list for, again, JINWOO. So yeah, let's hop over there. Also, by the way, while we're on this topic, I'm just saying, we are 3 subs away at the time of the recording this video from 6K subs. So please check right now, see if you're subscribed or not, and please smack that subscribe button if you haven't already. Please subscribe up, helps out a ton. We are very close, and I've been dying to reach it. 6K officially. We are very, very close. So consider doing so. First thing, we have the change log over here. This was updated 6.3, so a few days ago. But they did change a lot of things here regarding the tier list. They also made some changes on 5.30, which we didn't go over, and they also again did some change. No, this is the initial, so never mind. So let's start from the beginning, work our way down. We have updated the tier list after further testing with the buffed weapons. They've officially moved the Shadow Scythe from S to S+. We undervalue the power of the Scythe. They messed the spelling up there, especially for newer players, considering how impactful getting a guaranteed dupe is. It's a strong weapon that can slot in many setups, so we feel that it's deserved the overall bump. I'm going to say this now, they definitely did not cook. They did not cook with the last tier list where they put Shadow Scythe below. Shadow Scythe is a very, very powerful tool, and for tier lists, it has to be up there because players are acquiring it. They're able to get a guaranteed thing for that, and that is huge. That is huge for players to make progression. That is huge for players to actually do stuff. So again, with whatever it is, the Scythe is a very big pickup, and it is a very good weapon. If you have that weapon, it's a very good Igris killer because he is a monster, or a absolute, yeah, he is a monster, for farming in the, I think, Instance dungeon? Not Encore, right? Instance, yeah. And he needs dark weapons to kill him, and that's one of them, which is a really good one to kind of use against that entire fight. So keep that in mind. Vulcan's rage from A to S tier. The latest buff made the weapon very good, especially if you can get a dupe on it. At A0, it is still very serviceable. Again, this weapon, I really want to just uninstall this game for. I pulled one copy of it, and then I immediately pulled a second copy for it. I wanted to punch a hole in a window. I was so mad, like both the 50/50s that I lost, I pulled this garbage, and I'm happy that it got better. It was very much needing a buff. It's like literally one of the worst weapons, and it is a very slow weapon. That's why I still hate it. To like activate this thing, you have to wait about a quarter century, and then add another quarter century on top, and then he might attack, or it might deal damage. And then you just gotta, like, you know, also wait another quarter century, and then the damage lands. So very annoying weapon. It pisses me off every time I use it, but it has gotten better, which is very cool to see or hear. They bumped it up to S tier. Westwind, despite the nerf, Westwind remains one of the best weapons in the game, even at A3. The threshold we are evaluating SR weapons, and remains insane at A5 for the powerful crit abuse. So again, not a change. Was a Demon King Greatsword. The weapon received another powerful buff. We are monitoring the weapon's performance closely, as we feel that the weapon is very close to S+ tier now. There you go. Scotty, as mentioned, the weapon is a very powerful addition to the water setups. A decent part of the power is gated behind dupes, and at A0, it's less universal compared to the Grimoire. I keep saying Grimoire because Grand Cross is Grimoire, and forever that word is now tainted because I say Grimoire instead of Grimoire. Grimoire, damn it. The same logic applies to Moonshadow, that however only needs A1 to jump to S+, no questions asked. Over here they added Scotty to the list, and then again we managed to test Scotty. It's a busted weapon, and it's a very good weapon, right? And that's like a little bit of update they did over here. So let's see what the tier list is. This is the updated Prime Wind tier list. They are saying S+ will remain with the Plum. Does that change? Plum is busted. Very, very happy to see Plum get up there, and it is definitely deserved. You know, in my fullest opinion here, it's a very, very powerful weapon, one of the best weapons in the game. Remember, when you look at this tier list here, it's not ordered from powerful to least powerful. It is ordered in simply just what's it called? Like alphabetical order, right? D, the S, T, the W. So just keep that in mind. So again, they're saying that basically Plum is on par with Shadow Scythe, or they're on the same tier together. They're both S+ weapons considerably, looking at it, right? So again, Demonic Plum, definitely S+. Shadow Scythe, free-to-play weapon, very damn good weapon, very good for everything that it has to do, and it's one of my favorite weapons. I did get it duped out, which is really nice, and it's just a very good weapon, so that's there too. The Huntsman definitely grew on me as time progressed. A very good break weapon, something that I also think that as time has progressed, it also just did better. I think this was buffed in one of the latest updates. I'm not sure if I'm wrong about that, but yeah, S+ is kind of pretty good for that. I might say, like, if I were to, like, on the cusp of S to S plus, but yeah, you know, there's that. Grimoire 100% S plus deserves it. I agree with these three unequivocally. This one's like on the cusp in my opinion. Westwind for SR weapons, it's just a carry. You can't lie, it's a carry. For the S weapons over here, Longsword, Moon Shadow. We have this one over here. So the best, like if you want to look at must-have SR weapons, if you're not getting SSR weapons, these three are the must-haves, and there is no denying it. There's no fighting that fact. It is true. These three are so good, in my honest opinion. I don't know if this changed now, because again, Vulcan's Rage did pick up a lot of buffs here. I think that this weapon is still kind of on par. Ironically, for an SR weapon, it's a very good one, and for the fire category, it's a very good one. So make sure that you kind of acquire that, and if you could dupe it out, it's pretty nice. But we are waiting for a very powerful, in my opinion, fire weapon. Definitely the dark category is very much covered. The light category is doing pretty good on the SR and SSR variant. The wind category is definitely pretty solid too. If you look at it, the three weapons over here for dark, which is crazy. But for water, it's not really much here other than just Scott. Oh, sorry. Fire, it's just this and this, right? So I were to say, if we were to get a weapon up and coming, it better either be a light weapon or a fire weapon, because again, you do have some, well, that too, it could also be a wind weapon, right? Because you do have one, two, only, you know, one SSR variant, and then again, one SSR variant. But definitely dark and water should be good. We're good. Throw that out to the trash there. Enough of the water and dark weapons. Definitely, let's pick up a light, a wind, and a fire weapon. Definitely something that we need to look forward to. So do keep that in mind. That's kind of where that, you know, kind of stands. But again, I do agree to a pretty solid part here how this tier list is ranking things. Again, there might be some people saying like this about some of these weapons, but you have to realize a lot of these weapons at like A1, maybe A5, maybe A2, they pick up huge buffs. So whatever this tier list ranks them at, I think they're doing it still at A0 and everything. As time progresses and as people dupe weapons, you will see some weapons really do pick up such a big, just in a way, pay to win aspect where they're just like nasty and they're like just not even close to what their former self was, right? So you have to realize that with some of these weapons here, you will pick up a lot of dupes for them, and when you do, you will see the difference. You will see the difference that these weapons have and how much they actually can hold up against the other weapons that were in S+, correct? Again, here with Demon King's Longsword, this getting duped out is a pretty diabolical thing to do because it is nuts, correct? But again, for what it is, I still think that with how I ranked everything over here, Grimoire is still better than the Scotty. Scotty's damn good though, but again, Grimoire really can't replace it. The amount of use case it has and where it can be used, it's too good. Adding in again the Moon Shadow, or with the changes and everything, Vulcan's Rage is still a pretty much S weapon. Not worse than that. It's still definitely the case, but the buffs really didn't like make huge kind of moves with everything, but definitely did help a lot of weapons become more and more usable, which is what we want, right? We don't want like weapons to power creep per se. We just want weapons that are strong, usable. So if I pull an SSR weapon, I'm getting the aspect of an SSR weapon. Like for example, whatever this was, it was getting outclassed by an SR weapon, and that's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. So there is that. Let me know what you think, but that is my 10 cents, all right? That is, again, the weapon tier list. That is what I got for you here today. Let me know how you feel about this. Let me know if you agree or disagree with some of the rankings here. This is, again, the updates for 6.3 and 5.30. The two things that I haven't covered since basically my last video, which was like a month ago. So hopefully you enjoyed it. That is the tier list ranking again. And yeah, these are the other rankings if you care for it. Again, obviously these weapons are pretty bad. The Orc's Broadsword, definitely in D tier. Then again, these weapons over here being C tier, B tier, and A tier. That's what they consider them. So if you see your weapon over here that you've been leveling up, maybe aim for a better weapon, because there are a lot of them. These three being the best SRs. And again, for each category, Plum, definitely one of the best ones for dark. Grimoire, definitely one of the better ones for water. Huntsman, the only one. Longsword, the only one for each category there. And then Vulcan, the only one, which again is still pretty good, as it's now been buffed.